friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you have enjoyed the previous version when we start discussing around the Google Gen AI SDK. So today our objective is that to explore around the multimedia things like creating an image or creating a video. So let's jump onto it. So I hope you have seen this particular README file that I have created and it is available onto the Git repo. So I will just follow the instruction and it is pretty clear as I already shown you, and you can follow along with me. So for image generation, we need to add a particular Python package that is called Pillow. So if you are wondering what is a Pillow, let me show you that first. Okay. So if you come down over here, pip install Pillow. So you will see that by the description, Pillow is a friendly PIL fork, and the objective of Pillow is that it is a library that Python used to handle the image, like the Python imaging library, add image, process image. So adding Pillow gives the flexibility to your Python code to handle the image gracefully. So let me head back to my code base one more time. So let us create our first thing. Let's say I want to create a folder called image generation over here. Okay, now sorry, I have created a file. I'm extremely sorry. Let me delete it. Okay, let us create a folder, image generation. Okay, now in this image generation, and so this is my code base, right? But you see, this particular package is not available in this particular solution out here. So if you go to the project file, you will see that the Pillow dependency is not been added. So let us quickly add it first. That should be our first step. Okay, let me go to the command prompt. Okay, and you have this very simple command, uv add Pillow. Okay, just type uv add Pillow. So this will add the Pillow dependency packages for us. Now if you reopen this, you see that the Pillow has been added. So we have added the Pillow library for us. Now let us create a Python file. Let's say it is main.py. Absolutely fine. Over here, and let us go to the text generation, any one of it, and copy the initial imports. It will be needed. So I will just paste it over here. I will not going to explain you anymore because we have already I have already discussed with you in my previous video what is this import all about. Okay, I will skip this part right now. So now head back to the README documentation. So as you can see that or you can simply copy paste from here also, that will also work. Okay, so if you just copy paste this particular code and paste it in the image generation folder, that will absolutely work over here. Okay, so now you can see that instead of a text model, I am bringing an image model because here I want to work on the image generation process. So my previous text model, like let me show you that. So it will Gemini 2.0 Flash, it will not work. I want the image generation model to be a part of these calls. So if you go to the Google documentation around the models, you will see that if you come down over here and if you go to this image generation imgen, so these are all the image generation model available over here. Okay, so I'm picking for my work actually. So I am picking this particular model, Engine 3.0 Generative 002. Okay, so if you come down over here, you will see the model over here. I'm using this particular model, okay, to generate all the images. So what is the capability? Image generation is this capability, and so you can see that the prompt language can be English, Chinese, Hindi, Japanese, Korean, Portuguese, Spanish. A lot of things are here. So it supports this kind of language, not only English over here. So I'm targeting to use this particular model to generate my images. Now let's head back to our code base and try to understand what has been written over here. So the purpose is fairly simple. The only thing is making the difference between this text generation, if I show you, is that this client.model.generate image. Previously, when we are dealing with the text, you can see that was generate content. So we are using this particular function or method generate content to generate the text content out of the LLM. Okay, but here as we are working on the image, so we are using this particular method called generate image. Now generate image, what the parameter does it support? It need a model, so obviously the model name will go there. Now it go for a prompt, means the prompt that you want to pass to generate an image of it. Okay, and is a config, generate image config or dictionary object. So what is this third one? This is very interesting actually. So if you touch over here, you will see that it has a lot of property, like how many number of image that you want to produce. Okay, so what are the negative prompts that you want to avoid? What are the seed count over here? Okay, what are the scale? What is the aspect ratio of the image that you want to specify? Let it be 16:9, 3:4. What is your objective to generate a particular image? So lot of properties are there. You can specify based on your need. Do you want to add a watermark? Yes, no, those kind of things. So here we are using few property from it, where we are saying that I want a number of images to be 1, okay, and if output MIME type, I want my image to be a JPEG over here, okay. And one very important property I want to show you over here in this tutorial, actually I'm saving this image to my local folder, but let's say you want to save this image in your Google Cloud Storage. Okay, so what you want to do, actually you need to explore around this particular property, output GCS URI. So you need to specify the Google bucket link over here, URI link over here, so that your generated image will be saved to this Google bucket instead of in your local folder. So if you want to explore around that, you can, but this is a very important property, because in real-time application you are not supposed to store your images to the local folder, rather you want to pass it out to the cloud environment. So here is a link which you can explore, you can use when you are working on production, just to navigate or send your images back to the Google bucket out there in the cloud. Now this is the bare minimum code that we are working, we are writing, and we will be executing. And again, now here is a trick part when I was working with it. So it's a kind of storytelling that I'm telling you upfront, so that when you are working, you can know or avoid this kind of problem in the future. So what I'm experiencing, I have worked on it, I'm sharing my experience with you. What are the problems that you might face? One of the problem was when this kind of response come back. So it is a class of generate image response. Now the problem here is that you see I'm taking the image from the response object generate image. It's an array, list of array, because I'm assuming that or I'm asking the LLM to give you one image. So my array property or list property will be on 0. Okay, so I'm taking the first image out of the array. That's absolutely fine. But the problem was, how do I save the image? Okay, because you see this is an image. Okay, now the problem here is that to save this image, you see this image dot show, it does not come by default actually. Okay, so if you remember, I just installed the pillow package, and this pillow package actually a Python library support this kind of show things in your Python environment. So without pillow, this image dot show, or when you are writing the code, it will not show you any kind of error. But when you try to execute, this particular line will give you an error because pillow will not be available. So if you install pillow, you are safe to go. Okay. Now we are calling this save method onto this image, okay, and supplying a file path. So here we are saving this particular image. Okay, so what I mean to say, without pillow it will be not be possible for you to save the image directly. There is another work around of that, but that's a really complicated thing. But the easiest way, when you are working on Google Gen AI SDK to generate your image, please remember to install the package called pillow. That will help you a lot to save the image, to show the image. So let us run this command. Let us where we are right now. We are not in the image generation folder, so let us go to that first. Okay, now what is my prompt? An umbrella in the foreground and rainy night sky in the background. Okay, that is the simple command I am firing over here to get my image. So you can have more complicated command or prompt to generate a particular image, and believe me, the image generated by Google model are really beautiful. Okay, so let me run this command or run this particular Python file. Okay. So it will be uv run main.py. Finger crossed. Let's see what happened. So it is using my target model, that engine 3.0 that I have targeted and off for to use in this particular image generation process. Let's see. Okay. So as you can see, it has generated a beautiful, nice image. Okay. So let us say that you are not very comfortable with the prompts, means generating the image. One cool thing I can show you. Let me show you how to generate this kind of prompt. So let's say I move on to Chat GPT for now, okay, and I'm asking, give me a image generation prompt based on the following story. Man walking alone in the hills, the night time the image should focus on this solid view Okay, let us ask that GPT to give us a, I'm just giving it a nice story, and you see, ChatGPT comes up with a very nice prompt. So all you need to do, you just copy paste this one, go back to our code base. Let me go back to my code base, and only the thing I need over here, let me define the prompt. I will say, let's say it's a big prompt, so let me clear a variable over here, prompt. So obviously it will be type string and it's multi-line, so I'm using this. I will just paste it over here. Okay, sorry, I need to copy it from here. Okay, and I will paste it. Okay, so let me break it down so you can see what we are sending to the LLM. So it has been declared. I just need to replace it by this variable. Okay, now this is my prompt, what I'm going to send to the LLM to generate the image. So let us see how it does work. Wait a bit. Wow. You see? Fantastic. Okay. So this is our image generation process. But don't worry, in the latter stage of this tutorial, all the thing I'm showing to you right now, like text generations, image generation, video generation, all the things, sound generation will come up, then will come up the chat section. You will see that, at the end of this particular series, we'll be building a end-to-end application where, we will be using all the features of Google Gen AI SDK, and by a prompt, we are going to generate a description of the image, will generate an image, will generate a storyline, will generate the sound file also. So all the things will glue and tie up. But wait for that section to be come up in the upcoming future. So now let us move on to the video generation section. Now, so already, as always, I have given the total code out here. What you need to do, only you need to create a, let's say you want to work on this, only the thing you need to create is create a folder called video generation. Okay, then in this folder create a main.py file. Okay, and go to the readme file over here, and this is the video generation code. Okay, so just copy this code and come down to this main.py, paste it over here, and when you execute this code, it will generate a video. For video generation, we are using Veo 3.0. Okay, so where is the model? Let me go to the model stack to show you that. So if you come down over here, you will see, we are using this particular model. Okay, it's a text to video, means prompt rewriting, means your prompt should be a text and it will convert the text to a video. It also supports the sound generation, like when you are generating a video, it can generate the background music or sound effect. But image to video, if you have an image, now you want to convert it to a video, it is not supported by this particular model. Now aspect ratio, it can generate a video on 16:9 or 9:16. support two kind of resolution, 72 and 1080, and frame rate is 24 fps, and prompt should be pure English. Video length can be 4, 6 and max to 8 second. Okay, so but remember one thing, this particular model, until now when you are generating the image, generating the text, it will not cost you that much, but video, using this model will cost you a good amount. So if you are doing an experiment, do it, but remember it will cost you a good amount of money. So that is why today, in this tutorial, I will not execute this code right over here. So you can copy, you can try, you can paste the code and it will generate a video. Duration, you can change it. So let us walk through. Again, the method is, instead of generating image, it is generating video, model, prompt, image, video, source, config. Okay, in my config section, I've said I want a video, number of video is 1 for me, and I want a duration of 8 seconds. So if you touch over here, let us see and explore what are the parameters available. You can give the resolution, you can give the aspect ratio, or other things, negative prompt, other thing you can specify. Also, as I shown to you in the image section, you have the output GCS URI also available over here. So you can generate your video and straight put it back to the Google Cloud Storage. Now let us walk through this particular code. The important factor that I'm showing to you right now is that when you are generating image, generating text, it does not take that much of time. But when you are generating a video, then it might take some time. So that is why we are writing this kind of code over here. So if you touch over here, generate a video, it does not return you the video actually. It return you the video operation, means an ongoing operation. So I denoted it by the variable OP. Now OP has some property, like say OP done means the video generation is complete. Okay, so as you can see, what exactly we are trying to do over here, we are saying until the operation is not done, sleep the thread for 20 milliseconds. Okay, then we are executing the get operation, means we are asking the client, give me back the current operation that is going on your end. So it's coming as a variable, and it is again the OP object. So we are printing the OP, means the current status of the operation, what is going on. Now once this OP is done, this while loop will break. It will jump to the line number 40, where we are saying that if op.result, means OP has some result, and it has a property called generated video over there also. Okay, then what exactly we are doing? So it's a list of generating video, but if you remember, we asked for one video, so we are iterating over it and try to find out our video. The important factor here is that we are downloading the video. You see, client.file.download. Okay, we are downloading the video, then we are using the generated video.save method. So first, when you call this files.download actually, and if you specify a link, okay, so here we are saying that this is our generated video, so kindly download it. Okay, then we are downloading and saving the artifacts or video, you can say, in our local drive. So that is the whole objective of this particular code. I believe that I have explained you clearly, very clearly and concisely every line of this particular video generation and the discussion we had around with image generation today. But still, if you have any question, if you have any concern, like always, put the question or concern in the comment section of this particular YouTube video. I will try to answer your question as early as possible from my end. And if you like my video, my objective, and how I discussing the every problem statement, so please do like the video and subscribe to the channel. And if you are really comfortable with this kind of video, if you like it, then also please share it. So let's wait for the next session when I will be discussing with you about the sound generation from a textual prompt. Until then, take care. Goodbye.